I don't know what we're doing. Let's just wing it.
Well, you can cut the beginning off.
Nah,
All
I'm
right.
going to leave this for them.
Because he's learning how to video edit and he thinks this is fun.
This is awesome.
So we have a new tripod. It's super high tech, and no, we're not going to show you what it's made out of. And we have a new studio, which is super high tech, and no, we're not going to show you what that's made out of either. But this is the coolest map of all time, just saying. And we're really excited this showed up in the mail this week. My Govanen, welcome to another Era Quinn Calidrum video. It is the beginning of 2019. So we are thinking about everything we learned and did in 2018, and I promise it won't be much and it won't take long. And we're thinking about all that we have in store for 2019. That's too much, and it won't take long either. But we thought it would be a fun way to start the new year, that if we could take a look, just because it is the new year, take a look at what we learned last year, what we did last year, just fast. And then what we're going to do next year. We've got a lot to be thankful for, actually. Last year was a real good year for us in terms of hobbying, in terms of just stuff and life. There's a lot of good things that happened last year. Huge good things out of Games Workshop. So we'll talk about that briefly. And then we'll talk about next year and where we're going with this channel and with some of the content we hope to provide for you. And we hope you'll love it. We're going to have lots of fun. We've got lots of things we're excited about. He's getting bigger. And so are his brothers and sisters. So you're going to see more of them too. And we go back and forth using our real names and our video names. So because the original video introduction to our channel explained it only briefly, and we didn't really get into it very much, this is Estenes. I'm Atar. Estenes means...
Oh, crud.
Firstborn.
Yes, firstborn. I knew that.
He's my kid, and I get to pick on him. And Atar means...
Father?
Because I'm the old one, so I'm Atar.
So, yeah.
And sometimes we use our real names. I'm Derek.
Oh, I'm Ronan. Hello.
Yeah,
I'm paying lots of attention right now.
Last year, Games Workshop spent so much time rebuilding this hobby, and we are so thrilled for everything they got done. They got the new box set done, and we'll go in and out of pictures in this video and show you some stuff too, so editor boy here will take care of that. We got the new box set out, and of course we had to buy 2 of those.
3.
Okay. And we already had everything in the box, but the box set was such incredible value. We added it up. Many of you have added it up. Well over $500 in value. Really, really good book. Really good profiles book. The profiles book, the little booklet that comes just in the box set, doesn't have the point values for any of the models, but it's got a perfect set of scenarios to teach you how this game works. It is by far the best way to start this game. So we were thrilled to see just all the planning and effort. Like, kudos to Games Workshop and to the team, Adam Troke and Jay Clare and the guys there. We actually know Adam would love to get a chance to get over to the UK and Articon and meet the rest of you guys, maybe someday. Maybe for his grad trip, he can save his money and pay for me to go. That's a good idea. You should do that.
I'll pay for me to go.
So we're excited about how much effort goes into this now. The Middle Earth team's getting a lot of support. Saw some fantastic new models come out this year. We've got the new Gandalf the White on Steed with dismountable co-pilot. Well, show you pictures of that. He's not a co-pilot at all.
No, he's just like...
But he's cool. He like helped kill the Witch King and stuff.
He didn't. No, he didn't
kill the Witch King. He's cool.
We're talking about Pippin.
Oh.
Pippin didn't do
Pippin's
anything.
not so cool. That's okay.
I mean, he killed a troll in
that
the
was cool.
book.
We should get some more book stuff.
But not on camera.
So. 2019, we're still not going to be ready to see Amazon videos, but that's another story. I really, really hope Games Workshop gets a license on Amazon. So 2018, we got the box set. We got some epic single pack models of special hero characters, which we are still waiting to have formally profile released. They've got the pre-pilot release of the profiles for Ingold and Huron the Tall.
And Irolas.
And Irolas and Denethor we already had a profile for, but so Gondor heroes. And then we got some of the Mordor bad guys.
Yep.
Gothmog's Enforcer.
And Grits.
Which
I just got them backwards. I looked at their profiles originally, and I thought that Gothmog's Enforcer was the one with the scythe and the skull on top of his head, but no, that's Grits.
This kid reads the book and memorizes it. It's really annoying, but it's really helpful in a tournament. I call him all the time, and he helps me. It's good. And all of that should be in a new book due to be released at the beginning of 2019, late January, we're told, so we're excited about that. And we will, of course, be picking that up. We have a whole bunch of projects we've been working on for the last year.
Too much stuff.
Yeah, too much.
Way too much stuff.
How about this? As we wrap up 2018, what's your favorite project that you got a chance to work on? And we'll throw a picture in a minute.
New plastics.
New plastics.
Hands down,
The
those
Pelennor
things are
box set.
so fun.
Pelennor box set.
And specifically, Ingold was like one of my favorites.
Pretty epic pose. A little nothing, no name character, and you go read him in the book. He's a dude. He's got a good story.
He's cool, and his model is epic enough. You'd think he'd have a profile to match, and he's good, but not that good.
Here in the Tall is an epic model, though. The books, we may or may not get into this in the coming year, but if you're a lore junkie, love the lore. The story behind Ingold is a cool story. And the Pelennor Fields, a lot of people don't realize that. Osgiliath, as the capital city, had the sort of outpost towers of Minas Arnor and Minas Tirith.
Ithil and Minas Tirith.
Thank you, Minas Arnor. So yeah, totally wrong. Minas Ithil, Minas Tirith were the outpost towers that were to set up around the city of Osgiliath, and the Pelennor Field had a wall around it, which Ingold was the keeper of and the guard of.
Ramas Accord?
Yep, and Joshua
Big
Harmon, we
wall,
got some
big
good
wall.
friends who could tell us way more about that. Really rich story, worth learning more about. Tolkien's a brilliant man. So, highlight from last year, you picked Ingold.
Yeah.
I would have to say, of all of the models that I got a chance to paint last year, probably some of my favorites. I've been working on my Moria and Angmar for the last year. And probably my favorites would be like the Dweller of Moria, who is, I don't know. I haven't decided if I like Moria anymore with the new rules. I used to play Moria all year last year. I played a spider version of Moria. It was a lot of fun.
It's
Played
not
it
fun
with,
to fight.
well, I played, I practiced. It was tough to play though. So my big lesson, we'll talk about lessons next. My big lesson from last year, I used to play Moria with Ashrak and with Druzhig, because Ashrak would let me turn my spiders into venom backs, which means they could reroll wounds. They were killers. And Druzhig would let me fury them and rage them.
Enrage in the old rules
Super
was
powerful.
the current channeled version, so it was nuts.
So as a player of that army, which no longer works the same way, but as a player of that army, the lesson that I learned is that it was a big glass hammer army, and it was really tricky for me to play it. Some of you guys are way smarter than I am. I find it hard to keep with too many heroes on the table. Just not the might, will, fate stuff. I can track all that. That's easy. The problem that I find is that you got to be so strategic, because you've got so many points tied up in so many things, and all of your strength in your army is tied up in a few models, and you need to use them so very carefully. So I would take longer than I liked, and some people challenged me on that, people whom I trust. And my big lesson for the year was that if I'm going to play a really gimmicky army, that army was all gimmick, because I could take a little 22-point spider, cast some spells on him, and then throw him on a treebeard and kill it. I would have a couple of bats in my army, and I'd have a couple of marauders, and it was a really gimmicky army. I could use inexpensive stuff to kill big expensive stuff. But that only worked if they were available in the right place at the right time. So I spent a lot of time positioning and thinking super carefully, and it was a tough army to play quick, and you don't want to annoy your opponents. The game should be fun. So tough lesson for me last year. I really liked that army. It was fun, but a tough lesson for me that I got to play faster, and that one is a hard one to play quick. So I'm trying different armies this year. I'm not going to have quite as many gimmicks. The new rules are going to force me to learn anyway, so that's good. I'm going to play some simpler stuff. Last tournament I went to, I played a Mirkwood Iron Hills Alliance, and that was fun. It was worth trying. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but it was worth trying.
On paper, it's solid.
So, lesson for you last year.
Yep. I experimented right near the end of the year with the Flying Circus, and
it sucks. Oh man,
it's so much fun. The Flying Circus in the old rules was like the most broken combination you could ever have. Multiple fell beasts backed up by your choice of either a spammed out infantry or elite style infantry. I preferred the elite style because I like units that can actually do something. So I would have my double fell beast backed by...
Says the hypocrite who plays and wins with Goblin Town all the time.
Okay, I'm getting there. So I like having the dual fell beast backed up by a line of Blackguard and Miranda Orcs, because they can actually pull their weight and do a lot of
Strength
damage.
5, defense 6, high fight. It's a miserable line.
It's amazing.
Expensive, but it's a miserable line.
I never had more than like 27 models.
You know, like an 800-point army is 20-something models.
My Nova list had like 29?
Yeah.
29? Something like that.
Kudos to
750
DCHL,
points.
Devon, and Nova. That was our big event for last year.
Oh, yeah. I was leading up and practicing for that the whole time. What I learned from playing that army was you don't need a lot of models to get the job done. you need enough models that you can tie things up while your big stuff just rips and shreds through them. And having multiple spellcasters, having played with that for long enough, I don't think I can honestly go back.
It does change your playstyle. The new rule set challenges that. Magic's different now. Heroes are bigger now than they used to be, and not having heroics strike everywhere
But
anymore.
Magic still works.
Magic still works. It's different, but it does still work. So big lesson from last year. Flying Circus was big. This year the rules are different, so let's shift our attention a bit. This coming year, what are we going to be thinking about? We've got a lot we're working on, a lot we're going to learn. A lot of terrain projects. The big event we host every year is this year at the end of April. We call it Council of the Wise. It's one of the 4 big events for the OSBGL, the Ontario Strategy Battle Game League. We're very thankful and proud for the opportunity we have to work with that team of people, amazing people in the Ontario League. We've got a lot of great friends there. Thanks to this hobby, we've been able to make some great friends over the last few years. And I'm thankful to be able to have the opportunity to offer one of the premier events. So we're going to be spending months getting terrain ready. I've got a couple boxes of some Age of Sigmar stuff that's pretty transferable to ruins, and ruins are ruins. And for most of these fantasy gaming systems, ruins just look good anyway. So we got a bunch of that. I got to build 3D printed stuff. I've got Mark Chabot, kudos to him at RM Studio, does some real cool stuff. And we are going to be picking up a bunch of 3D printed terrain. I'm going to be working on some custom stuff that I'm not going to reveal yet in case I don't get to it. So we're working on a whole bunch of terrain projects from now until the end of April, which means I'm not going to paint as many models. So we'll see. I might just be playing old hat stuff for the next few tournaments. My favorite army that I haven't been able to play because it doesn't work is my Fanghorn army. And we're going to do some tournament reviews through the year. This coming year, some of our videos will talk about events and experiences we go to. Some will talk about armies. So we've got some army reviews coming up. There are people who are better at this game than us, hands down.
Oh yeah,
no question.
Absolutely.
But we are in the top 4. Both of us are in the top 4 for the Ontario League, and it's a big league with a lot of people, and a lot of people who know the game well. So we've done well this year. We have won events, both of us. He's won more than I have, little bugger. But we have won events, so we know this game pretty good. We've got a lot more to learn, but we do know it pretty good. So we're going to do some army reviews, and we're going to share some of our lessons from things that have worked and that have not worked. And that'll also be a way to get out some fun armies that kind of don't work. And we'll talk about what we love about them, and we'll show off some models, and hopefully you'll enjoy that, and we'll learn some stuff while we do that. We are going to test some new things through the year too, because the rules are new again. So we're going to go try some things that we used to think we know, and we'll see if we still know what we think we know. So we'll share some of those lessons. We'll share some hobby projects as we go.
Oh boy, lots of stuff to paint right now. I took upon myself the burden of painting the Pelennor Fields.
The box set.
I'm not just referring to the box set. I'm referring to the actual Pelennor Fields, like everything at the Pelennor, and it sucks.
It's a great project. It's a good idea.
I should not have committed to that. It's so many models. Oh man.
He also wanted to have fun making a campaign.
We're
not doing that on camera, but we are playing a campaign in the background, and if it goes well and we learn what we hope to learn, we'll do it on camera and we'll share it. But first we're going to...
I am the ringleader, dungeon master, DM...
Game master.
Yes, that's the term we'll use.
I'm playing, his brother's playing. We'll show you him too. And a couple of friends from school are playing. They should be showing up at league events soon too. We're excited about that. We're having fun. It's a great way to learn. Campaigns are a great way to learn. Scenario play at home gives you a chance to just goof off with the models and see what they do and see how they work. Monster Mash has been a great way for us to play with the monsters and see how they work. So you'll see the rest of the Monster Mash. We have some real special surprise guests coming into that Monster Mash. A big icy one and a big fiery one that I'm excited to try. And yeah. So we're going to have some fun. You'll see the rest of that this year. We've got some other ideas for series coming up after that. What else do we need to tell people? Dude, yeah, we're working on some fun toys.
These things are awesome. We actually got these as swag from Friar. How do you say that?
Yep,
Father Justin. Yeah, his tournament, the King's Hall. Yeah.
So you put little dice in there, and you use them for Might, Will, Fate trackers.
They're amazing.
The symbols on these things are customizable. We've got some friends up in Ottawa, Ontario. Can you see that there? Maybe not. Wounds, Might, Will, Fate, And we just get a whole bunch of rows on there so you can stack it all up and show your heroes and your opponent's heroes and track some stats. And we're going to have some more custom dice because we love custom dice.
Oh,
and
yes.
we've got lots of great custom dice.
I have so many.
There's the
I
Queen
want more.
Calidrim logo. Is that frontwards or backwards for you
That's
guys on the
frontward.
screen? There you go.
Backwards.
That's
Flip
okay.
the other way around.
See, we can do backwards too. There we go. So we have lots of fancy dice that we're pretty excited about. Got a weird Christmas present, which I think is pretty cool actually, but I really want to go trade them in for the Treebeard. There's a Treebeard one on the back. It's just pretty epic
He
little
looks
guy.
so cool.
So I'm going to see if I can find a place to trade that in and get a Treebeard. If you have a Treebeard, let me know. So we're having some fun with things like that. We've got a bunch of plastic stuff in boxes in the other room. We hope to pick away at those over the course of the year.
Oh, yes.
But big highlights for this coming year. Unfortunately, no big trips this year. I don't have enough money for that. Unless I can sell a lot of stuff on eBay. We'll see how that goes. And he has to save up to pay his part. But he took us to Nova last year. I promised him if he saved up, I would save up. So he saved up, and we went together to Nova. It was pretty exciting. We had a great time.
awesome.
Thank you, neighbors to the south. You guys are great hosts, and we had a lot of fun. Lots of great memories there. We definitely will be back. We don't know how soon, but we'll be back. And I think you guys inspired us that we need to find a way to travel out to Articon sometime too. So we will be saving up for that. Use that as an excuse to visit some people we really care about over there. And it's going to be a little while, I'm afraid, but we'll go. For sure we'll go. So that's not for this coming year, but that will be coming. For 2019, big goals are going to be, for me, I'm going to finish my Fanghorn army. I've got a few more to do. We've got a lot of terrain projects to work on. We're going to be watching all the GW announcements. There seems to be something exciting every month or two, so we will be watching those, and I'm sure we'll end up with more plastic stuff
The
and
book is
more
coming
pretty books.
soon.
Yep.
Very soon.
Our videos will definitely talk about the things we're learning along the way. They'll give you some matches that are special matches, like the Monster Mash. We'll finish that up, and we have some more ideas following that. We'll have some tournament reviews and lessons that are coming up. And what did I miss? I know I missed something. Swag and fun things.
Yes.
Some projects that you can take on by yourself, or people that we're ordering stuff from, and we'll tell you how you can get those things yourselves as well. Multi-Zone Gaming in Ottawa is where we're getting this, Ottawa, Ontario. And some good guys out there in Dalian. Everybody gets his name wrong, so he goes by Dylan. So yeah, good people in this league, good things this coming year. We're pretty excited. Cool map, yay for my map. I'm so excited. We'll get some better light in this room by the
I've
end
got
of
to
the year.
come up with like a sick intro reel.
Yeah, video editing guy. He's got to learn. So you
don't-
can teach me.
I don't know. Comment below. Should we have like a rising sun thing? I wanted to do something with the flashlight, but I feel like they're gonna go blind if I do that.
Yeah,
Should I do that now?
yeah, you can show them.
Okay, so we got like the light.
Epic music.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like here, climax, boom, fades out, Eric Queen Calidrim. Done.
And it won't be backwards.
Exactly. There you go. And then words around it. And then at the end, to close it off, bang, light, and then,
And the sun will set.
and it sets, yeah.
Era Quinn Calidrim, the people of the sacred fire, or the sacred light. Kind of the same thing in Elvish. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great time. We have a lot we're excited about this year. Hope you're excited too. It's a great time to be in the hobby. So please like, share, and subscribe, and we will look forward to seeing you again soon.